What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. That's Dan Rourke. Dan, how we doing on this beautiful Friday morning?
I'm good, dude. I want January to be over. Now we're here today, giving you guys 2 episodes a week, but we're at the point of the off season where things are getting a little dry. Like every big free agent's off the board. We're waiting for maybe a big trade for Brian Reynolds. We don't know, probably not. But we're kind of in limbo right now. I feel like a little bit this time of year, but I'm chilling, dude. I'm doing good. How are you?
You might be in limbo, but I'm playing limbo because life's good, bro. Like happy, healthy. Let's go.
Playing
But
limbo. I never heard of what does that mean? Playing limbo.
like Jacko under the limbo stake, Jacko
Nope,
limbo.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Where you're trying to get
Yeah,
like the beam. All right.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get right
Some
into topic
heavy
number
hitting
one
topics
here.
we got today, by the way.
Dan, listen, this one might be heavy hitting, especially for the Yankees' future. The Yankees brought on two new faces into the front office, kind of big names. One is Brian Sabean. He's going to be the executive advisor to Brian Cashman, and then Omar Minaya, who's going to be the senior advisor to baseball operations. First off, I mean, Sabean apparently, I had no idea who he was up until a couple days ago, but apparently he played a pretty big role in like the Yankees building of the core four and Bernie Williams. Huge addition there. Also, he played a role in the Giants dynasty too, which is big. And then also Omar Minaya, I think people kind of know him. He was the GM of the Mets for a while, right?
Yeah, he was assistant GM and then like full-time GM with them. Also, I'm pretty sure as of late, like the last 4 or 5 years, was like a special advisor to them as well, or
Yeah.
something to do with that. But yo, Sabian, he's like legit, dude. Not only did he like have a helping hand in both the Yankees and the Giants' success, but like I guess started out as a scout in 1985, was promoted to director of scouting from 86 to 90 and 1986 and 1990, obviously. Then promoted to vice president of player development and scouting from 1990 to 1992. So he kind of saw like or oversaw the farm system getting Jeter, Pettit, like pretty much the entire core four. He was a big part of that. And then, yeah, from 1996 till 2018, he was the Giants GM for like 10 years or 15 years. And then on top of that was their like vice president of baseball operations. So this dude's been around, Brian Sabean, and he's like very well respected in baseball. Same goes for Omar Minaya. And, I think this is going to be a move that could please a lot of the people who think there's too much analytics in the Yankee front office. This kind of balances that out. Minaya himself even said that this could add a little more like human element to what the Yankees got going on in the front office. So
Yeah.
I'm pumped about it, man. Like, I mean, pumped probably isn't the word I should go with. I'm not like, let's fucking go over front office moves, but Omar Minaya, I've heard of him even before this move. Brian Sabean, not so much, but like reading up more on these guys, you really start to see like nothing but good things will probably come and bringing these guys in. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree 1,000%. I think Sabean is really going to be a crucial part of that too, just because, I mean, like you said, like, bro, he's been around, and he's been a huge contributor to building numerous really good teams. So, I mean, listen, I'm in the same boat where it's like, I'm happy, but I'm not like, oh, hell yeah, like, let's go. Because it's one of those things where it's like you can't really judge it until like a long-term period, right? So it's like,
No.
let's say the Yankees made these moves in the beginning of the offseason, and maybe we would have seen like some sort of impact this year. I'd have been like, all right, like this is kind of cool. But now like the offseason is like halfway over. We're more than halfway through the offseason at this point. I'm not really feeling that immediate impact now. But I don't know. I mean, if they could contribute something like within the next couple of years, I mean, that's cool.
I think at the very least, let me give a little more hats off to Hal Steinbrenner. It shows that no, he's not entirely content like maybe we thought he was. Yeah, he brought back Brian Cashman, but he's bringing in some guys to kind of, I don't want to say keep him in check, but like there's more voices in the room. And especially when you're talking two guys that total like over 70 years of baseball experience, there's no way you could look at this and be upset about it. No.
Let's say the Yankees don't win a World Series within this new tenure of Brian Cashman's new contract. Right, you have two pretty fine replacements like waiting on deck. So I don't know.
Sabian, sure. Minaya, I'm not so much I would go that route, but it's funny because a lot of people do look at this as like not firing Cashman, but are you sending some sort of message?
Training? I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of the Yankees bringing new faces on, they brought a new face on, Dan. Rafael Ortega. He spent the last 2 seasons with the Chicago Cubs. They signed him to a minor league deal. He's 31 years old. He had a pretty good season in 2021, but I mean, that's really like the only good season of his career. To be honest with you, this move doesn't really do anything for me. I'm viewing it the same way as I think it was last offseason. The Yankees signed Ender Inciarte to a minor league deal. I'm kind of getting like those same vibes from it. Maybe Ortega has a little bit more upside than Inciarte had at that point. The way I'm viewing it as solid minor league depth, right? But I think that it would have to take a really, really disastrous scenario to see Rafael Ortega like starting games in the outfield for the Yankees this year. But we've seen it happen before, right? Like we've seen Ryan Lamar come up and have to play major league games. So it's possible that we see Ortega make some sort of impact in the majors, but I think something would have to go seriously wrong in order for him to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll see him at some point this year. I mean, obviously depth for the outfield. You figure Florial will be ahead of him, but when you brought this up as a possible topic, I honestly was like, who the hell is Rafael Ortega? Like, what did I miss something? Like, what's good? Checked him out, and I was like, okay, career 89 WRC plus, not that special. Then, yeah, you see his 2021, which wasn't just pretty good. Like, it was really damn good, dude. Hit 291, 122 WRC plus, 360 on base, 463 slugging. So, if you want to be like an optimistic Yankee fan, just look at the peak. That's a really good season. Minor leagues too. I think his most recent, like 2019, he played 111 games in AAA, hit 285, slugged 524, hit 21 homers. So he definitely has some pop at the bat. It's a nice little pickup. It's fine. He'll probably play less than 15 games for the Yankees ideally this year because that means, everything hopefully went well health-wise. But it's a nice little pickup. These moves I'll never pretend to be, excited over or think that it's the next, I don't know, Gio Urshela that we're going to pick up and turn to the best player in baseball. I don't know. It's a nice move. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little like supplemental depth piece. Nothing more, nothing less. Anybody who is, bro, but the thing about like moves like these that I hate and is the bane to my existence is when the Yankees sign Rafael Ortega to a minor league deal, and then you go on Twitter and you have people like whipping out his baseball savant page and being like, no, he might be like the next Matt Carpenter. That stuff bothers me.
See, I'll take that over the people who anytime there's a depth signing, more so I feel like when the Yankees sign their typical seventh starter for spring training depth, like not Ashley, please. The who was the Orioles starter that we got a couple years ago? It was like Asher Wojciechowski or something.
Yeah.
Just him, for example, like the Yankees sign, a depth piece like that, and then people are like, "Oh, this is your big move. Like, why are we signing this bum?" It's like these moves don't matter one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like nice little depth pieces, and you kind of just
bro. It's the same thing as
cool.
Billy McKinney, same thing as Willie Calhoun, who the Yankees also recently just signed a minor league deal. Like they're depth pieces, bro, and whatever happens, happens. But who could be more than a little bit of a depth move? Could be a little Matt Carpenter 2.0 action. Mike Moustakas, Dan. He was recently released by the Reds. The Yankees have been linked to him for a while now. I feel like it's one of those cases where you just kind of hear like trade rumors and free agent rumors, but it never really comes to fruition. And the Yankees could take a flyer on Mike Moustakas. Now, obviously, he's fallen off the face of the earth in the last couple of years. I think probably since going to Cincinnati, he's fallen off the face of the earth. But I don't know, bro. You give him a minor league deal, see what happens. Maybe it's like a Matt Carpenter type of thing, change your swing up a little bit, and put him in the Bronx. I feel like out of Rafael Ortega, Willie Calhoun, Billy McKinney, and then potentially Mike Moustakas, I think Moustakas has by far the most upside.
Okay, real quick. Did we sign Billy McKinney to a minor league deal? Is he back?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Like last week, I think.
Really? Damn. So I guess I'm out of loop on that front. But minor league deal, sure. Like I'll never get mad at a minor league deal. But and at first this question kind of intrigued me, but you really look at what Moustakas has become over the last 2 years. Like not only has he fallen off, but like he's been terrible. WRC plus of 76 last year, 69 in 2021. He's really fallen off, man. So outside the fact that he's a left-handed bat and his swing would play nice in Yankee Stadium, at least, I always imagined it would when he was in his prime. Minor league deal, sure, but like I'm not. I wouldn't get excited over this really at all. It'd just be like, okay, cool, bring him for spring training, see what he's got, and an injury or two away from maybe getting a stint in the Bronx, sure.
Yeah,
but like I'm not advocating for Mike Moustakas, no.
No, I'm not either, but I think that it's just one of those things where, I don't know, just like, it was like when the Yankees got Kendrys Morales, bro. It was like, oh, one guy who I always like viewed as intimidating throughout his career, and now he's a Yankee, so let's see what happens. But I will say, I think the minor league signing of Willie Calhoun maybe like negates this a little bit, just because I think that he's going to be like that infield depth piece that they're going to like be carrying in AAA. So I don't know. I guess
I just don't see how he would really fit anyways, like in terms of like what would his call-up situation be, because like at least as the roster stands right now, there's 3 guys ahead of him that would be getting starting time over him, even if there were like multiple injuries. So, hey, I wanted him a few years ago really bad. I remember after 2017, I was like, yo, let's sign Mike Moustakas.
Yeah.
I think we were in talks to maybe trade for him at deadline the same year we got Sonny. And then that offseason, he was a free agent, I believe. And we were talking about
He
maybe
went to
bringing him in.
Milwaukee, right?
He
He
went
played a
to no,
big role
I
on
think he was
that.
traded to Milwaukee, and then he went to obviously Cincinnati. Oh,
That
you
was
know what? I think
2018, no?
2019, it turns out, yeah, he was with Milwaukee in 19. And
Yeah.
I remember we were thinking about signing him to like a 1-year deal or something. And I remember it because the report was this. It was Yankees are circling like a shark on Mike Moustakas. I remember the exact headline, circling like a shark. It
Well,
didn't happen, but
I guess they lucked out by not pouncing. Is that what sharks do? Pounce? Attack?
pounce, I feel like that'd be more of like
Sharks,
a
yeah,
land
like a
animal.
lion,
Yeah.
tiger,
They
bear.
they
Oh my.
yeah.
Okay,
What's topic
moving
number
on
4?
here. Topic number 4, Dan. Aaron Hicks, Josh Donaldson. Let's just say we had to pick one. Who do we think is more likely to bounce back in 2023? I'll let you go first.
You'll let me go first. Okay. Well, the answer to me is pretty easy because I think it's Josh Donaldson. Even though he's older, even though he was probably worse or at least looked worse the eye test last year at the plate, he is still, he has more of a track record. Aaron Hicks hasn't been really anything offensively since what, 20, if you want to give him 2020, but really 2019. Donaldson, on the other hand, like he had a good year in 2021. It is quite plausible that at least in the regular season, he could rack up, I don't know, 25 homers and OPS, maybe 760, 770. And for the regular season, we take that. I've said a million times, I could very well see that happening. But come October, he's going to shit the bed because in the end, his swing is just not good against actual solid big league pitching.
Yeah.
But compare the two, and hopefully we don't have to compare the two come regular season. But at this rate, can only go off what the current roster is. I'm looking at it like over 150 games. If both played 150 games, who do I see having the better numbers? I would still put money on, Josh Donaldson. What about you?
Like, I wish I could play devil's advocate and be like, nah, bro, like Aaron Hicks is going to have the comeback year. I'd probably go Donaldson too. Only because Donaldson already has like the solid defense, right? Hicks
Yeah.
doesn't even have that as of late. So I also think like if you're going like with that revenge tour mindset, Donaldson has that, bro. Like I could picture Donaldson like all offseason this year, just picturing in his head, like, yo, I want to go back to the Bronx next season and absolutely prove everybody wrong. And I think if you look at both of these guys, and obviously we don't know them personally, but I think just looking from the outside in, I think Donaldson has that mindset 1,000 times more than Hicks. So Donaldson could easily walk into the 2023 season and just start raking for the pure sake of wanting to prove everybody wrong.
I can see that. No, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know if it has much to do with like he wants to get back to the Bronx and rake, but just in general, like from like an ego perspective, I could totally see that being the case for Donaldson. Like just going nuts in the gym this offseason, like listening to like crazy ragers on on YouTube, like getting all pumped up for the next season. Yeah, I can see that.
Listen to like hour-long motivational speeches.
Listen to those like Dragon Ball Z hype videos, like
no, but like my thing is because I feel like we all clown on Josh Donaldson just because of how disappointing he was in 2022. But we're like looking at a guy who, for the entirety of his major league career, has been a very intimidating presence in the box. Up until last year, right?
Yeah, because he just didn't hit. MVP.
Yeah, and that's the whole key of it here. I mean, if Donaldson could just be a fraction of what he was not that long ago, especially when he was in Minnesota. Just give us that Josh Donaldson.
Well, technically he was a fraction of that last year, and that was just it was like an eighth.
It was an eighth of Josh Donaldson.
Yeah.
I'll take 3/4 of what he was in Minnesota.
I mean, okay, so in Minnesota, he was a 124 WRC plus guy. I would, without question, give me
what was it last year?
I think it was like 90. Let me pull it up real quick. So last year it was
over 100.
No, so it was 97, and that was helped out by he kind of picked it back up in September. But the year before with Minnesota, he was at 126 and hit 26 homers, had an OPS like of 850. So I mean, like if we can get somewhere like an OPS even close to 800, dude, like the number I've been throwing out is like give me a 770 OPS, and hopefully the defense is still there. That's a solid and productive year out of Josh Donaldson because he's gonna be on the roster. The Yankees are gonna be on the hook for that 23 or whatever million they owe him. And hey, on Hicks's end too, like I won't lie, like I could see a world where he's not like our answer come October, but I could see like where it's a couple months have gone by. He's been our, for the most part, everyday left fielder, and Yankee fans aren't like disgusted by his play, at least compared to what it was last year. Like I can see him bouncing back in some regard, Hicks, just not more than what Donaldson's peak I still consider to be.
Yeah, I think the whole Hicks thing is kind of weird because I'm shocked that he's still on the roster. And I think that the Yankees are still keeping him around because he will be fighting for that left field job in spring training. Because as of right now, I think it's almost a given that we're going to be seeing a competition between Oswaldo and Hicks for that left field job. So, I mean, it kind of upsets me because I feel like it's at the point where Hicks is kind of a lost cause in the Bronx. And I feel like he needed a change of scenery this offseason, but he's just
Which
not getting
still
one.
could happen. But I'll tell you, he's now on DFA watch. Like, if they can't find a trade partner, he'll be on the roster to begin the season. But like, come like June or July, and it's still just not working, and there's just nowhere to go with him. Like, then you're talking like the Yankees could just say, "Oh, that's it," and just
Joey
cut bait.
Gallo
And
effect, bro.
well, they were able to trade him, and actually, that was still a pretty solid return they got for Joey Gallo, considering how much his value plummeted. Like with Hicks, like you're just trying to get that money off the books. If they can't do that now, maybe they try again in the summer. But like at some point, when you just be like, "Peace out, brother."
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see. Dan.
Fun episode today, bro. Is that it?
You have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so, man. I mean,
I don't think so either.
I'm kind of I'm waiting for there to be news. Like we knew this day would be coming where we'd have to kind of, really take some time to figure out topics or whatever. But
I think the next episode, what we do is we both take some time and we redesign the Yankees uniforms. Oh, wait. Can we actually talk about this real quick? Did you see I don't think that they're like real uniforms that are being used next season. The White Sox posted, it was like a collab with
Chicago
like, the
Bulls thing.
Bro, those were
beautiful,
insane.
They were so nice.
Bro, it got me thinking. I was like, are the Yankees ever going to have City Connect jerseys?
Yeah, this year.
Are they?
Yeah. I think it's a thing.
If that's confirmed, I'm dying to see what they're going to look like.
They better be nice.
Because, bro, the City Connect jerseys have been really, really hit or miss. So,
yeah, I mean, the Yankees, they can't fuck those up, though. Like, you can't you got to have 10 possibilities and just lay them all out in front of like people who actually have good taste and be like, okay, what one is dope, two, like accurately represents the Bronx or whatever, three isn't embarrassing to like the brand. Like, it has to legitimately fit all those categories, and then I might let it go.
I want like a navy blue. Like, bro, to be honest, like you could just give me like those navy blue spring training uniforms and I'll be happy with that.
Put navy on navy, like midnight blue.
Oh, and then like a very faint like New York City skyline. Like, oh, that would
it just has to be nice. Like, and I'm for like I don't want to like come across like I don't like the idea of it, but like it just has to be nice. Like nothing gimmicky, whack, and gross. Like this is the New York Yankees. Let's act like it.
They should run it by you before they do it.
That's what I was kind of getting at. Like they really should. Yo, hit me up at Dan on Rourke at Yankees Avenue. Like I'll give you guys some good advice on what looks good and what doesn't. Maybe I'll hit you up too, Pat, and be like,
I would hope so.
Maybe I'll design like a patch or something on the shoulder. I don't know.
That's nice.
But good episode today, Pat. I guess we'll be back on Tuesday. Which is kind of where we landed now with this stuff. Like I think we're doing Tuesdays and
Friday.
Friday's kind of always been consistent, but now we're on Tuesday, Friday, and hopefully get some news. But for the diehards that keep watching, like during as we get into football playoff season and whatnot, like appreciate you guys. We appreciate it, and no,
we don't just appreciate you. We love you.
We love you, dude. We absolutely love you, and we think about you when we go to bed at night. That'll do it. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Let's go Yankees.